lovely evening. Thank you for joining us. This is Weekend Report from your darling station, Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Ilorin. I am Tijani Achara. Now to the news in detail. But first, we give you the highlights. University Dawn tasks journalists in ethical professionalism. 2025 International Literacy Day will be our focus on the discussion segment tonight, plus updates from the world of entertainment and sport. Stay with us. Welcome back. A nationwide sensitization town hall meeting on value reorientation, flood mitigation, security awareness, national identity and national symbols has been held in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, with a charge on participants to fully embrace the federal government's initiative. Abdulmumin Abdulwakil reports that the meeting was organized by the Kwara Directorate of National Orientation Agency.
The meeting was to sensitize citizens on key government policies and programs under the Tinubu-led administration. The Director General of NOAA, Malam Lowry Isa Onilu, represented by the Zonal Director, Princess Priscilla Gandolo, reaffirms the agency's commitment to bridging the gap between government and the people. He highlighted 5 thematic areas of focus, which include the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, flood and disaster preparedness, national security awareness, value reorientation, and the promotion of national identity and symbols.
This boots on the ground approach in various communities is aimed at enabling members of the public to speak their mind to government. The NELFund student loan was established by the current administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, to ensure that no Nigerian person who is qualified to go to tertiary education is prevented from doing so, particularly not on financial grounds.
According to the Kwara State Director of the agency, Mr. Darren Abdul-Ganiyu, the agency will not relent in ensuring that government programs and policies reach citizens at the grassroots.
We should try to be patriotic, we should try to be law-abiding, and at the same time, we should continue to pray for our leaders instead of casting spell on them. Instead of casting spell on them, because by so doing, we are not helping ourselves. Patriotism is foremost and sacrosanct.
The effort of bringing student loan is indirectly telling you that you are getting free education.
The meeting featured goodwill messages from stakeholders who applauded the sensitization drive and called for wider public engagement. Abdulmumin Abdulwakil, NTA News.
Media practitioners have been challenged to always fact-check information before disseminating it to the public to avoid disinformation. Professor Adepoju Tejumaye, a renowned scholar in mass communication and media studies from the University of Lagos, made the call while speaking at the maiden edition of a media parley organized by the Department of Strategic Communication and Media Studies of the Federal Polytechnic of Kwara State. Ahmed Vulani report.
Of the Federal Polytechnic of was filled to the brim as students and staff of the Department of Strategic Communication and Media Studies gathered to deliberate on ethical medical practices and the role of unbiased reportage in nation building. The keynote speaker, Professor Adepoju Tejumaye, a distinguished scholar from the University of Lagos, decried the alarming rise in the dissemination of unverified information and false reports by some media outlets.
The media is indispensable in today's world. And when I said the media, I'm also referring to the social media. You know, in terms of space, in terms of speed, they are very fast. You know, so although if you notice it, even in the contemporary world that we are, the traditional media houses, newspapers, radio stations, and they are also online now. So what I'm simply saying in the paper is that organizations cannot do without the mass media.
The rector of the Polytechnic, Dr. Kadiri Kamaru, commended the department for its commitment to nurturing future media professionals by combining theoretical knowledge with practical training. He reaffirmed his vision to transforming Federal Polytechnic offer into a world-class institution focusing on innovation, academic excellence, and moral values.
They should be well trained as a professional. They should not join these young journalists that were just publishing, damaging the profession. They should be professional. Whatever they are doing, they should verify.
The head of the department, Dr. Jimoh Oloride, noted that the Media Pali was conceived as a platform to chart a new course for strategic media relations with the goal of achieving maximum impact in both public and private communication spaces. In a surprising and heartwarming moment, the rector announced the immediate employment of a student from the department in the institution's public relations unit for reading the citation of the keynote speaker perfectly without any flaw. The event later broke into a robust discussion sessions featuring insight from prominent media practitioners sharing perspective on the challenges confronting journalists in the 21st century and the need for continuous capacity development. From Federal Polytechnic Offa in Nofa, Ahmed Fulani, NTA News.
Ushering in the discussion segment of Weekend Reports, our background reports will be presented by Hannah Fakeya. She takes a look at government efforts towards advancing digital literacy in Nigeria.
Literacy, according to UNESCO, is a fundamental human right and a gateway to enjoying other freedoms, empowering individuals and fostering global citizenship. This year's International Literacy Day, under the theme Promoting Literacy in the Digital Age, shines a spotlight on the need for digital skills, an essential tool in navigating today's world. Digital literacy, experts say, is more than just knowing how to use a device. It's about personal empowerment, active participation in society, and social inclusion. Stakeholders revealed that government is actively working to promote digital literacy through initiatives like e-books, official websites, and public awareness campaigns, all part of a broader effort to achieve Sustainable Development Goal 4, which is quality education.
The government is really trying. When you take a look at the society today, due to how the government is working on promoting education system, important aspects in how we can do that is creating awareness. We need to create awareness. Let them know the importance of this digital era that we have today. Let them know the value, the essence, why there is need for us to promote digital era in our society that we have today.
There are some needs. Let me use our library for instance. There are some of our needs that are need to be provided. Okay, for instance now, the systems are kind of faulty. Do you understand? So like without the system, I won't be able to access some information that I need to know.
They highlighted how digital platforms had been helpful in improving reading and writing skills, yet many raised concerns over affordability and access, which still pose major barriers. Anna Fakeye, NTA News.
International Literacy Day 2025 matters are rising today, and on this segment we have with us Dr. Bello Zakaria Adebayo, an educationist par excellence, joining us on the discussion this moment. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me again.
All right, so let's start with this question. For conceptual purpose, what is literacy and what does it take to call someone a literate or an illiterate, as the case may be?
Yeah, thank you for that question. And to our viewers, I say good afternoon, or good evening rather. Talking about literacy, I will start with a quote.
Okay.
And I'll just say that literacy is not a privilege. It is a basic human right.
It is not a privilege.
It's a basic human right. We get there.
How? Can you, expatiate?
In the social society that we have now, everybody must be literate. Anybody that is denied of being literate, whether there is no access to it, then they are denying of that person a basic human right.
Okay.
Now let's continue. Literacy is not just literacy is not just being able to read or write. It's being able to use those skills in our lives. Okay. So whether you can read and write and you can't survive, you are not literate. Because those skills that literacy gives to you, should be able to use to communicate. For example, now a car coming, and the car has lost its brake, and definitely any sign they give to you, you should be able to communicate that definitely I should leave this place. Do you get it now?
Okay.
And definitely it's about literacy, because it's got everything joined together for you to be able to communicate, able to take action and reason wisely. So you can't say you should know that this is an accident coming.
Okay.
You should not say that he doesn't understand that those signs that there is no road here, or you should put on an element. Definitely being literate and being able to write does not end there. It ends you being able to live life successfully.
Okay, so you agree that being able to write and read is part of literacy, is the basics.
Exactly.
But then, how do we juxtapose this now? If we say someone, okay, should I say literacy is synonymous to education? Now, our fathers will say, how do I say this now? Like, okawe, okaogbonri, you know? So now, common sense, education, literacy.
They are different.
How do we, okay,
they are very
can
different.
You please throw light on this?
I will still use a quote again. Literacy give you letters.
Today you come with a lot of bags of quotes.
Literacy give you letters.
Okay.
But education give you life. Literacy only give you letters. They don't give you life. What do I mean? Literacy is a doorway, but education is the journey. Literacy is a doorway, but education is just a door to enter the journey. Education is more wider and broader. But definitely, literacy is not the same thing as education. Okay. Education shape us, shape our value, shape our skills, shape our attitude for life, which literacy will not do.
Okay.
Shape our value, shape our skills, and also shape our attitude. Moreover, someone can read and write, but still, in border wide, it might lack discipline, lack knowledge.
Okay, so then what does it take to look at someone and say this person is an illiterate?
The only reason why you can call somebody illiterate is that somebody who can read and write but cannot live life meaningfully, and somebody who cannot read and write as well is an illiterate too. So it's two way. Somebody who can read and write is an illiterate.
Okay.
Somebody who can read and write and cannot live a meaningful life is also an illiterate.
Oh,
because so the end point is to live a meaningful life.
A meaningful life.
Exactly.
I see.
Exactly.
That is getting very interesting.
Exactly.
Now let's look at the rates. Now, the latest data on literacy rates in Nigeria indicates that about 40% Nigerians lack basic skills of reading and writing. Now, what could be responsible for this?
I will still say a quote as well.
Okay.
So that we start the quote. You see, talking about that, literacy is more expensive than education, and because ignorance costs a nation future. So if this data is for real, our future is at stake. Let me come again. I said illiteracy is more expensive than education, but ignorance will cost us a whole nation to lose its value. Therefore, there are many factors that warrant us having 40% of our nation being illiterate.
Okay.
The first factor include poor infrastructure, poor funding, and poor opportunity. Number one. Number two is that we have many children who are forced to trade. They are forced to trade because they believe that being literate legally or formally is a waste of time. So they have no option than to just start trading at the elementary age. As early as 4 or 5 years old, they take them to shops. They take them to where they are learning. Where they're learning trade and co, because they believe that that's where they can get money from. So those people are cut away from being literate. And that's that, and they believe that they will learn on the job by maybe addition and subtraction, how to give change, all those things. They believe that they are being literate already. And that is that there's some culture till today, some cultures still prefer not to train a child legally under literate. They believe it will be exposed to the outside world.
Okay.
So they still have that fear of allowing him to be exposed to the outside world. So
does that concentrate on a particular gender? Like,
yes, they have gender. There's also gender bias. I'll give you a very example now, like the pastoralists.
Okay.
The demanding farmers. They are moving from bush to bush, place to place. There's not even time for them to train any of them in a literate way. And even though they have access to school, sometimes in a place they settle down, they will not go there. They are settle down their cows, have their hot house, live a very simple life, go to their farm. They don't care about being able to communicate with other tribe that is not their tribe. Talk less of being able to read and write. If they are going to go and sell their cattle, they bring an interpreter along to interpret the value of the cattle for them, and they go back to their town again.
World.
That's all. They don't care about it. So those percentages also contribute to the statistics you are seeing. Moreover, we still have early marriage again. Early marriage is still common. Because once you give a child early to marriage, you are cutting away a larger percentage of your life in schooling. Because the real literacy starts from around 18, around the 12, 13, 14. That's the real meaning of making sense on how to read and write, how to communicate effectively, and you get a child at 14 years old. It means the person that marries him might never send to school again. So it's part of it as well. Again, you have what called preference of boys. There are some family.
This is on gender.
Yes, some family who are poor or downtrodden, they prefer to send the boys to school than the girls because they believe the girls' education lies in the kitchen. And that quote again. It's good because they believe that.
Some believe the girl is going to be married into another family, so
they don't want
the pride is gone.
Exactly, it's gone. So all this thing is still part of this is why we have that high percentage of people being illiterate.
Okay, so let's look at other matters. Digitization. Now we are in the digital world now, and that world has actually changed the way people do things now. The way we think, the way we operate, the way we transact, and so on and so forth, including learning. How do we promote literacy in this digital era?
Thank you. I will see a quote again.
Okay.
You see, if we do not prepare our learner for the digital world, we are preparing them for a world that no longer exists. Let me come again.
Okay.
If we didn't prepare our learner for the digital world, we are preparing them for a world that no longer exists. So any school,
so you can actually be educated, but if you do not onboarded onto the digital landscape,
the training you are taking, you are living the past era. So and that word no longer exists again, because if any school or any institution or any place in Nigeria today or anywhere in the world, they are not digitalizing their learning, it means they are preparing those future of those students for a future that no longer exists anymore. So when they graduate, they will just see that they are totally cut off from the world because everything is now digital world now, and the only way you can catch up the trend is to digital literate. So definitely we need to bring digital tools into teaching and learning. So before, when your child is playing ball, you say, maybe this child is getting lost.
Yes,
getting lost. You are playing ball with your life. But today, if a child is pressing phone or pressing laptop, they say, hey, he's lost again. They'll be scared again. He's not doing Yahoo, he's not this coming. Why is he too addicted to phone? And that is the new family house. That is where the world is now. That is where you can make it, can get it right. On the phone, on the laptop, on the internet, anybody who is not parading or negotiating or not patrolling those places is cut off entirely. So because there lies opportunity, there lies knowledge, there lies clarification, there lies a university that has no vice chancellor but is free and is the most populated university that has the highest number of professors. YouTube. So definitely, if our child are not on the internet and not using our phone at our back and not trying to be digital literate, know that your child will be backward. So and it scares us when parents say, they are pressing phone too much. Anything they are pressing phone, they have to press it or they be guided.
Yeah, they can be guided and regulated.
Exactly,
right?
But it shouldn't be something to scare us. That can use it very well. It should be a thing of glory that is now living in a new world now. So definitely they only need to have that guidance, have that moral guidance for them to be able to know the right thing and the wrong thing.
All right, so we can say without holding back that the digital era has come and has come to stay.
In fact, it has stayed forever.
So, but there it comes with its technical, economic, and ethical challenges. How do we navigate this terrain?
You see, definitely there are.
Do you want to come up with a quote?
I'll come up with a quote. That is
okay.
Technology should be the bridge, not a barrier. It should be a bridge, not a barrier. So everybody should calm down and embrace this thing. More importantly, another quote: the digital world divide the new form of literacy, and if you don't cling to it, we close it.
Oh, new form of literacy. Because we are
exactly.
We shouldn't drift.
Exactly.
We are on International Literacy Day.
Very good.
Okay.
So definitely, the digital literacy is the next level of literacy. Now.
Oh,
that's the next level.
Okay.
That's the next level. So technically, we have government. Government must invest in power. If this thing must stay, and must work for all. That's the first thing: power, infrastructure, and local content. So they can be consuming local content in a digital platform. You get it now. Moreover, economically data and devices must be made available and even accessible, and community who are in the rural area should be even with major focus.
Okay.
So that can bridge the gap. Again, ethically, we need to guide learners against online abuse, misinformation, and misuse of technology. That's a threat to digital literacy. Fake news, fake lives. Fake news, fake life. If you see an accident going on now, the next thing is to take a phone and start recording, not to save the victim. The knowledge of our first aid in our classroom that they taught us in secondary school, primary school, first aid is not much use again. The first thing is to use the phone to picture, camera, and go live. Why you should be saving life?
Well, for the want of time, what's your message on how effectively to improve literacy level in Nigeria without compromising the values and culture of people?
You see, the first thing I would just say, I will say the quotes.
Okay.
Our culture should not be an excuse for illiteracy. It should be a tool for learning. Most importantly, when you educate a man, you educate a person. And when you educate a woman, you educate the entire world. So both are important. To educate a person is important, and to educate what is important. So let us bridge the gap that both men and female should be educated and should be exposed to digital literacy without fear.
Dr. Bello Zakaria
Adebayo,
thank you so very much. An educationist par excellence, and of course, he's a digital literate.
100%.
Thank you so very much for honoring our call.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right. It is Weekend Report from NTA Ilorin. Let's quickly take a break to continue on entertainment and sport. On entertainment, we are joining Titilayomi Oyetunde as she reports that Nigerian celebrity chef and Guinness World Record holder Hilda Baci explained why she's cooking 200 bags of rice instead of 250 bags as promised earlier.
The celebrity chef gave an insight on why she decided to cook 200 bags of rice instead of the 250 bags initially planned in her ongoing attempt to set a new world record for the largest serving of Nigeria-style jollof rice. Speaking at the event in Eco Hotel, Lagos, Baci revealed that the adjustment was made for technical and safety reasons connected to the weighing process. In another story, Nigerian singer Tiwo Savage has expressed her discomfort with being labeled the Queen of Afrobeat. In a recent interview with Apple Music Ebro, the singer clarified that although she appreciates the recognition, she's reluctant to accept the title due to the weight of the responsibility it carries.
On sports, Abdulmumin Abdulwakil is our guide today.
For the first time in 37 years, Morocco will host the Continent Premier Football Competition from December 21st, 2025 to January 18, 2026. 2014 will battle for glory across 9 stadia in 6 cities, including Rabat, Casablanca, among others. The last edition in Côte d'Ivoire set new record, attracting over 1.5 billion television viewers and 2.4 billion digital streams worldwide.
Drawing the curtain here, thank you for being there from the beginning till now. Good night.
For more news and programs, you can visit our website on www.ntailorin.com.ng. Download the NTA Ilorin app from Google Play Store on your Android devices. You can also watch our news on NTA Ilorin YouTube channel.